Welcome back. This is M-Dog. We've made it to second episode of the series. Let's continue. So we made it out of the entire introduction area in the first episode, which was a pretty good feat, I would say. You know, you hate to break that into two episodes, but it's a little long for one. So thankful we did that. Let's don't get the letter from Combe right now. We finished a deed. Okay. So I recently finished reading the Stormlight Archive series by Brandon Sanderson. Just incredible. And coming out of that, I had the thought like, okay, is this my favorite series ever? You know, sort of like fantasy fictions. And I don't know, it may be the case. I think there's an argument to be made for that, at least after the first read through. I might need to read it through again at some point. I'll wait a few months, but have recently been digging back into Lord of the Rings, and feels really good to be back into reading that as well. So, two of my favorite. We can clearly say that. All right, so we got a Barry, Dirk, Nate, and Will, who were all casualties from the intro. And I think this is just turning in,
greetings,
sort of wrapping stuff up from the... Do we want to do that? It is a pretty significant increase in DPS, so we'll do that. And, oh, Hobnanigans is going on. I don't know. It depends on how long it's going on for. We could get distracted by Hobnanigans at some point. Do we have a bunch of stuff we want to sell? No. Okay. Is this the episode that we make it to Bree? Just intentionally go there and clean up all of our... Oh, do we want to go down this path? That's a level 5 quest. We're level 7. That's one of the things that's weird, is like I never know how far do I want to go. I'll tell you one thing we want to do. So we can get rid of some of this stuff because it's... I think we can throw that out, but let me make sure. Where's our writing? Can't wait to open up all of our gift boxes. By the way, I think this is a new one that they've added. I'm not sure. I just don't remember that one. Where's our writing thing? Oh no, we've got that quest to go turn it in for starting our... I must just be overlooking it. Let's see. Is this it? Oh, that's it. All right. All right. So, I don't remember where I got this. Like, I don't think if you're a completely free-to-play player, I don't think you have this. There's actually an in-game way for you to go learn how to get your mount and ride and all that. We don't have to go through all that. And Smell the Roses ability is cool, but probably not something we'll be using here. All right, so now we can just go through, and some of these mounts we can add to our skill bar, which means we don't need, as a gift, you get like a certain amount of use of that horse whistle, so you can test out using a mount. But since we already have some mounts, we don't need to worry about that. I honestly don't love these little boosts. I just feel like it's almost not worth having them because they just clog up space in the inventory. Let's get this a little closer over here so that we don't have to go as far to click yes. So anything else we need to do in terms of mounts? I think we're good for now. So let's see if I can remember where mounts are listed. Oh, here they are. All right, so we have a bunch of mounts now. So we need to decide. Goats are what you use in Mordor, right? Not Mordor. First expansion. Moria. Okay, so we need to decide which horse we want to use, I guess. That is fine. That just seems a little intense. I don't think we need to start off with a really intense horse. That one's kind of cool. Let's just go with that for now. So we'll put the horse right here because I have that program. Like if I hit Shift plus E, then it will open up my mount as long as I have the mount in that position. So we can quickly get our mount going. All right, so we did have that Ithilden coin. We probably want to get decorative items for our house, like a songbird. And then we have one more. We'll get that mouse thing. The pesky dormouse. And now we can do that. All right. So again, we've still got lots of gift, bags and stuff to open, but let's wait till we actually get to Bree or wherever we're going to end up. So I know I had talked about, do we want to do some fun stuff in the Shire, which I'm not saying we 100% won't, but I sort of changed my mind on that because I feel like if we're going to do that, let's wait and do that on a Hobbit character. All right. I think I want to put him back on guard mode. I think the problem with assist, well, I don't know. Maybe we need to test to see how it works. I definitely don't want him switching targets every time I attack a different target. That just gets a bit confusing. Server is still having some, we had this the other day. I wonder if this is on my end. Maybe it is. Maybe I shouldn't blame it on the Lotro server. I am, well, that's not on this computer though. On my other computer, I am processing uploading a video from earlier. I don't know. Oh, that's good stuff. That was one frustrated bear. Good timing. Good timing with the lightning that time. Alright, so we've got one more of the bodies up there. But now we have access to our mount, so when we need to go a little farther distance, we can get there a little more quickly. I don't remember. Is there a... I don't think there is a... So I guess we should talk about the way deeds work and everything. We'll start to see them more and more as we go into other parts of the game world. But we don't have any for wolves. I don't think there's any for bears here. But there isn't for boars either. Okay, so maybe the only one, is it spiders? There's something in Archit that you can start working on a deed, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't think we're going to stay around because, it's like when you have a deed, you have to kill so many of something. So if we're not going to do those spider quests and all of that, then it's probably not worth doing that deed for now. We'll get on some deeds once we get out into where are we? Once we get out into Combe, out towards Midgewater Marsh, there's some good deeds out there that we'll start working on. Alright, so that's all of those we need. We might have to fight something next to Will Wheatley's body, I'm not sure. Yeah. So we're starting to feel a little more powerful. You notice we're also getting better loot now. We need to get some... we need to get some good emotes out. I won't worry about it right now, but... so we can say hello to all the people running around in Middle-earth. Oh yeah, so we need to go this way. Bronze Folly. So even that is a deed. Deed bestowed. The runes of Breland. So if you go near all of these runes in Breland, then, so this is a good example of a deed that we can talk about. If you find all these areas, then you get 5 Lotro Points, which again, remember that's the currency you can spend in the store for all kinds of premium stuff, even like actual in-game content. You get marks, which marks are awesome because they are tied to skirmishes. Is that what they're called? It's been so long. I think you can start doing those at level 20 or 25. There's so many things now that you can purchase with the different currencies from running skirmishes, if that's what they're called, that it really is huge in terms of quality of life. It's very cool. You can get gear, you can get cosmetics, you can get like class items that are required to progress really powerful like class quests that you pick up. So really worth doing, and it's very cool. Okay, do we think we can get through this path now that we're out of the intro and into the prologue? Let's test it. What's the worst that'll happen? We have to come back. Okay, so these things are aggroing on us now. We're no longer in the beginning where they kind of hold your hand and help you with not running into combat unnecessarily. Those spiders were chasing us. Some of them. Uh-oh. Sorry about that rubber band there, folks. Okay. So that's the quest we didn't take. Disease among the boars. So we get our DPS upgrade on our staff. But here's the actual prologue. This is the actual book quest. Again, what we'll be focusing primarily on in terms of like focused on what the content of the quest is and all that during this series. Good, it's done. Those men died bravely and deserved a proper burial. Once more, Archit is in your debt. Now, before you leave, there's something I must tell you. A queer man came through Archit while you were away, and I believe he was looking for you.
Greetings.
The man who came through the village, he reminded me of Strider in his behavior, said he was looking for the hero of Archit. Can only assume he spoke of you. He said the matter was most urgent, and that if I saw you, I was to direct you to the Coleman Wattle Inn, where he will be waiting for you. The Coleman Wattle is in the center of Combe to the south. He seemed most grim to me. I would travel to Combe immediately and speak with the innkeeper, Elizabeth Honeymead. She knows where to find this man. All right. So
Can I speak with you a moment?
he gives us simple rations for doing this. It's a level 8 quest. This will actually level us to 8 if we do it. I think it's... okay, it's right here, and then we have to come back all the way down to here. I think it's worth it, though. We'll do this one last quest in this area, and then we're going to head out. Now, what is Carver wanting to know?
Give me a moment of your time, friend.
Oh, yeah, this is just pointing us to the crafting hall, which is fine. We've got 2 quests taking us to the crafting hall, so we might as well They're both worth very little XP, but since we're going there anyway. I really think if nothing else, we want to go, once we get out of here, we'll go set our binding point to Comb, and then we will go to the bank and actually do a little inventory management. So here's the toolbox. I think there's normally an enemy, like a... I can't remember if it's a signature enemy or just a regular boar or bear or something that's guarding that. But probably someone has... Oh, is that a brawler? Yeah, that's the new class, brawler. Let's see if he fights this bear. So they actually... Their weapon are those gauntlets. So if you enjoy... If you enjoy the sort of like... Almost like a monk class... Kind of the brawler type. That's the newest class, and I've heard good things about it, but for whatever reason, that archetype just doesn't interest me a whole lot. I don't know if you can be a hobbit brawler. That seems reasonable. If you can, that might be where we could try out that class while playing a hobbit. I just want to, at some point, dig into all of the really unique questing and stuff that you get to do as a hobbit in the Shire. It's pretty cool. It's one of the things that to me stands out about Lotro. One of the many things, but alright, so we did finish that. That's going to hit level 8. We can now do hobbies, which includes fishing. What's he wanting to do now?
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
Oh yeah, Taylor Green. We might as well do that because that's in Combe where we're headed next anyway. Okay, do we have a new point to spend? I can't remember where we were. No, okay, we don't have a new point to spend. We also, it appears we did not get any new abilities. I think at this point, like many MMOs, they have changed it to where you don't actually...
Hello there.
Yeah, it's very rare that you need to train skills at the trainers anymore. But you will sometimes need to go
How can I be of service?
to barter for items or to get class quests, which there's some pretty cool class quests in Lotro as well. I guess, I mean, the quests themselves can be pretty fun, but the rewards are usually really powerful. So the moment that you can do a class quest, when you get notified that there is one, if the content is not too difficult for where you are power level, then it's worth doing it because it's going to give you a reward that's probably more powerful than most things that you would have at that point in your character's development, if that makes sense. Unless someone's like crafting top tier gear for your level or something. I don't think we have anything else left to do in Archit. And we'll just get rid of this for now. Maybe I don't want to get rid of it for now. We'll see. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put our milestone here now. And eventually we'll probably move the milestone to Bree. But...
What do you need?
Alright, this is a stable, so once you learn new stable points, you can swift travel, which is nice. I don't think we want to do the horse quests right now.
Might I take a moment of your time?
This is, and what we will do as we're going here is...
Stay a moment.
For the most part, we're not going to focus on reading all the side quests. Now, if we get to an interesting area and I just feel like it, maybe we will. But I think it's enough to, you know, to focus on the main quest. But if it's your first time playing, if you're going through it for the first time, then yeah, it probably is worth at least quickly reading through. There's some good writing and interesting quests for sure. All right, urgent summons.
How can I be of service?
So we made it to the Comb and Wattle or whatever place this inn is called. And this is Lisbeth. Oh my, look here, a real life hero. It's not often we get such respectable folk through here. My, how my tongue runs on. Tordan told me to send you upstairs to his room as soon as you arrived. The stairs are across the room there, and Tordan's is the door at the end of the hall. He said you shouldn't delay none. All right, we won't delay. Let's go see where Tordan is. Looks like he's at the very end of the hallway here. There's Tordan.
What can I do for you?
The hero of Archit, I suppose? I'm pleased to meet you. Sorry for the cryptic summons, but I dared not betray my whereabouts to just anyone. There's much we need to discuss. Will you hear me?
Would you do something for me?
Thank you for your aid, Grimdaw. My kindred and I were driven from the bounds of the Shires by the Nazgul of Mordor. They pursued us eastward and slew many of us. It was my goal to join Amdir, but I've heard rumor of his fate in Archit. They say he was stabbed with a Morgul knife and led off by some evil men, the ones who lent the Blackwold's aid. There are few left now with power over such wounds, and those that I know of dwell some distance from here. We must find Amdir, and quickly, if we're to save him. He's likely being held by the Blackwolds somewhere in the Chetwood. We must find a way to enter their lair and free him, but first we must find them. Speak with Constable Underhill. He may be of help. You can usually find him outside near the Comb and Wattle. Once you have learned of the Blackwold's lair and believe you can gain entry, return to me. Hurry before it's too late. Okay. So, one thing that's always helpful to check is pull up by clicking the ring at the bottom. Pull up your quests. And, you know, again, like I said in the beginning, we'll be mostly letting the epic quest line, the book quest, guide us on what we need to do, where we want to do it. So right now, the prologue quest we're on is level 8, and we're level 8. So if we want to, we can feel free to continue with the book quest. It's not too high a level for us right now, in other words. But instead, what we're going to do is we are going to go to Bree. I do want to get... Oh, wait, let me think about this. I don't think we have access to a vault. I'm trying to remember if I have something in my inventory that gives me some kind of like once a day access to my vault, but I'm not sure that I do. So we do want, I think we will end up, you know, pretty quickly going back to Comb and doing some questing in and around Comb. I like those early quests. They give you a good, it's a good experience because a lot of the quests and things you need to fight and do are fairly near each other. However, I really want to clean all this up. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so if we go up here and then take a right, we should be good. And we will be back here. Staddle is sort of the in-between spot. If we had just kept questing in Comb, that would have sent us to Staddle, and then Staddle would send us to the Midwater Marsh as well as in here to Bree. So that shows, so that symbol there is showing that we're just too high a level. I mean, we're too low a level. Once we get a few levels, he'll have something for us quest-wise. And we will eventually get quests to come into Bree to talk to people, which is fine. But we're coming a little early because, again, I just want to clear this up. So, a couple of things here. One thing I like is they show off some of the cosmetic gear that you can get on mannequins throughout the game. When this initially came out, they were kind of everywhere. When Lotro went free to play, they were in spots like where you start the game, where we were just questing it in the intro, which is Archit. I mean, they were just kind of out everywhere, right? Well, they have since made a change where they're not in as many awkward locations. They're more in spots that make sense for there to be stores. Like this is the big city of Bree. So it makes sense that someone would be selling gear out here. So I liked that change. I respected that change. They heard the community pretty quickly after they had made the change. And again, that's one of the many reasons why I always felt like, although in some ways there's some negatives, obviously, to to a game like Lotro going free to play. Like that comes with its own baggage or whatever. But man, I think they handled it better than any of the other MMOs in that time that went free to play.
Could I speak with you a moment?
So one of the one of the rewards of being VIP is that you can do this once a day. This is going to give us something that allows us to craft faster, which is a big deal. And it prevents item wear from combat, crafting, and defeat. It lasts for 2 days. And then we also get town services, which allows us, this is what I was thinking of, to perform town services like going into our, like mailing items, I guess, going into our vault, shared storage. I think we can do that for 2 days. So we'll go and accept this, and then I think you finish it, and then we get those 2 items in our inventory. So this is an own use effect, and then this is also an own use effect. So we'll put those on our action bar so that we remember to do them. Now I'm going to come into Lelia's Market, which this is also fairly new. Back in the day, you would go over here to the Vault Keeper, Auctioneer, and Mailbox over here. There's also an Auctioneer down here. I don't think there's another vault down here, or if there is, I'm just not remembering it. Yeah, there is a Vault Keeper, which is convenient, because if you're using the auction house to have a Vault Keeper right there. But then at some point, they added this very convenient marketplace. And there's 2 reasons why I wanted to come here. The main reason is because we're going to do inventory management and clean up our bags. But the other reason is I really like to get this. If it's a character I'm going to be playing a lot, I really like to purchase Return to Layla's Market, because it's separate than your normal binding skill. And so you then have a free fast travel to Bree, or you can fast travel to wherever your bind is. So in this case, we could keep it at Combe and then move that to wherever we're questing, but also have Layla's Market for fast traveling back to Bree. So it looks like we have 2 of these mithril coins in our inventory. So now let's see if I can remember how to get more. All right, get more mithril coins. The other thing we want to be watching is destiny points. So eventually we'll want to start using these. This gives us like almost like free rested XP, and we can use it 5 times per, I don't remember, is it a week? 5 times per something. So we want to kind of stay on top of using those as well. But I think mithril coins are pretty cheap, and we have plenty of premiums currency. So we know we just need 1. So let's just get 1. It costs 50. Oh, actually, this is 5. So we're just going to get 1. That will allow us to purchase Return to Layla's Market. By the way, she also has some cool dye. Black dye is probably pretty popular, I would imagine. But lots of dyes. If you're not going to get into like crafting the dyes or getting them other ways, I bet this Arid Luine blue dye is pretty cool. So there's other things you can get with these mithril coins from her, and then other things in the game, obviously, too. But we're going to go ahead and get that. And so now we have this, Return to Layla's Market. So I'm going to put it right next to our binding skill. And there's actually a really cool thing as well where you can purchase more than 1 of these bindings. So there's ways, if you use a little bit of currency, there's ways that you can really take down some of the traveling slowdown. All right, so anything that is, I guess we'll keep the gray dye. All right. So I'm going to take a quick bio break, and then we're going to Then we're going to get to it. So let's look at shared storage. This is a new server for me. Fairly new. Like I've played, the only character I've really played any amount of time here is the champion character. But you can see that I was throwing stuff into my shared storage as I was leveling the champion. So this will actually, you know, benefit us. Whatever crafting we end up doing, we might have some recipes we can learn. We might have some ingredients. So if you're going to play more than one character, the shared storage is awesome to be able to do that. Now it's fairly full, but they do have items where you can stack stuff in carry-all items. So if we need more capacity, there's several ways to address that, but the carry-all is one of those ways. So that's the shared storage. Let's look at the wardrobe. I think we probably have already put all of the. Yes, we have. So when we open up these bags, any of the man, I just wish you could make this wider. I thought you could, but now I'm not seeing it. So look how much capacity we have. We've got so much capacity. All of the cosmetic items that we're about to open in these bags, we can just kind of toss them out because we've already saved all of them to our wardrobe on the first character that we played on this server on Arkenstone. So that'll speed up our process. But just know that as we do go through all these items, some of them are going to have, like the Armor of Westfold. This is going to have a bunch of cosmetic items in it. Well, I'm going to open it to make sure that there isn't anything else, but then we'll just toss it all out because it's all saved here. Once it's saved into your wardrobe capacity, you don't technically have the item, but anytime you want to, you can assign it. So let's say we wanted to do third age. Let's say we wanted to look like the third age cosmetic gear we have. Well, then we could just go and assign these directly to the cosmetic spot. So we're not technically putting on that item, we're just assigning it to the cosmetic. So we put the hat. Don't love the way the hat looks. Put the gloves, the chest. And then probably one of these is with a hood and one of these is without. So that one has the hood, which actually for a lore master I think I like. And then this one does not have the hood, which I also like that. So like, you know, if we wanted this to be our outfit that we're wearing, then you just click down here. And now that's what our character looks like. Even though we don't technically have those cosmetic items. We just have them saved in our wardrobe. So really cool system. I mean, I just think when you look at when Lotro put this system in, long time ago, a very elegant, like user-friendly system that, you know, again, compared to other MMOs, it's pretty cool. And then we also have, there shouldn't be anything in here. So escrow is if you ever have a house and then you are away from the game too long or don't pay for that. I don't remember how it works, but everything gets dumped in your escrow. And then he does sell.
What can I do for you?
Oh, this is cool. So if you want to put coins in your shared storage to share with other characters, you can convert them to these and just stack them in there that way. But the main thing we're going to be using here is our vault.
How can I be of service?
Which there won't be anything in our vault because we've not put anything. This is this character specific. So this isn't shared storage. This is this character specific. But it's really cool because, like, let's say we want chest 1 to be, you know, crafting items. We can do that. Chest 2 could be dyes and other cosmetics. Most of our cosmetics goes to the wardrobe, but if we ever have something we want to put in there, we can do that. We can name this boosts and buffs or whatever. Housing items. Higher level gear. I mean, there's going to be all... And so as we go through our inventory here, we might figure out, oh, let's also name it you know, name one this or that. Like we'll probably want one that has legendary item, which one of the exciting things I am about playing this game is I think that there's already a change on how legendary items work, and there's even more changes coming very soon that's being tested right now, and everything looks so cool, and I haven't experienced it yet, so I'm pretty excited about all that. By the way, we never equipped our upgraded staff. Let's see what it looks like. Pretty cool. So we need to sell this. Okay, so let me take a quick bio break. I'll be right back. Okay. One other thing I just thought of that is worth mentioning. We do, when you create a new character, you get 10 fast travel maps for Bree, Michael Delving in the Shire, and Thorin's Hall. So I'm going to put these down here so that I don't forget those exist. Anytime you need to go to one of those places, you might as well use one of these maps, because the higher level you are, the less dependent you'll be on something like that. So use them when you need them is what I'm saying. I mean, I've had, like, you know, again, up near max level characters that still has half or more of those maps left. It's just kind of a waste at that point of inventory space. So, all right. So let's do that. So let's go to, first of all, from here you can open up shared storage. So I'm going to do that really fast. And let's shrink that down just a little bit. So you notice we were picking up these light hides from the boars that we were killing in the previous area. So in crafting items of our shared storage, we should have light hide somewhere, I'm guessing. Yeah, here's some. So I'm actually going to throw these into our shared storage. So they just stack on top of those. So if it's something like that, crafting items, we'll probably put them in the shared storage. Personal items for this character we'll throw in here. Okay, so let's go through the gift boxes first. So typically these gift boxes over the years just have fireworks in them. There's some exceptions, but you'll see a lot of fireworks. So we're just going to straight open all these gift boxes. I hope this isn't a sign of things to come on how long that took to open. All right, here's year 2. We may need to, oh, that's not bad. I was going to say we might need to step out of, here's year 3. Now we're going good. 4, 5, year 6. So this is just how many years I've been playing the game off and on. Year 8, year 9. It's some fireworks, but it's other stuff too I'd forgotten. All right, so where's year 10? There should still be a couple more, right? Year 10, year 11, and year 12. I don't think I've ever opened anything past year 12. So if they continue that, I'm assuming that means year 13 will come out this year, or maybe they've stopped with those. I don't know. Okay, so all this stuff that we just got. So this is an emote, so we can just right-click that and learn it. This is something that we don't want. We would rather use the Outriders token. So we're not going to want a level 1 sleigh bell. So we'll be selling that. All right, here's another emote. All right, here's some fireworks. So let's keep the fireworks in. We'll just call one fireworks. For now, we'll just do that. So let's just throw these in here in case we... Uh-oh. Again, I don't know why. Things are running pretty slow right now. All right. These are accessories for the mount, so we can just right-click those, and they then become bound to us so that we can use them from a different menu. Black steel keys. This is going to go with... we could do fireworks and keys, maybe. I guess we'll do keys and chests on that one. All right, so potions of restoration. So this is, they've got two different styles of the, healing potions, mana potions. You got the ones you get in-game and the ones you can get from other sources. We can also just click on the tab we want these to go to. So here's more fireworks. All right, this is a cosmetic. We're going to destroy that because we know we've already saved all the cosmetics from another character. And there's no reason to keep the items that are cosmetic. I just don't think, these kind of buffs, I don't think those are worth keeping. So we just use them or trash them. You can't sell them. Those are just such weak buffs that it's not worth the inventory space. Okay, so there we go. So what's next to open? All right, here's Armorer of Isengard. Again, we've already got these in cosmetics, so we're going to... get rid of these. All right, what's next? We can actually equip the auras, although I think we'll have other weapon auras that we can also use that are a little more fun than those. Okay, so these have 4 cloaks that are level 75. So we're going to put those in higher level gear, and we're not going to even open them yet. Why turn 1 inventory space into 4 when we kind of know what they are, right? Okay, so... oh, here's some housing items. So we already created a housing tab. We'll throw those in there. Here's another cosmetic cloak. All right, these are relics. These have to do with legendary items. I'm going to put those in that. Buffs. All right, here is the Rohirrim Elite set. Thankfully, this is something that we can just right-click and assign to our cosmetic course options. Virtue XP. Technically, that's not legendary item. That's more of a boost or a buff. So we'll put that there for now. Here's Reclamation Scrolls. I think that's legendary item. Flame of... I think it's legendary item again. Boosts and buffs. Here is Armor of the Westfold. These are cosmetic items. I know this is taking a little while, but I figured it might be interesting just to kind of see some of the things you get. By the way, everyone will have these. These are gifts of the new adventurer or new explorer or whatever. And you just, as you get to be higher level, you continue to open this. And this gift bag will continue to grow with you for most of the game, I believe. So here's a new weapon aura. Where did that just go to? Here's where the weapon auras are kept. So that one has to do with your ranged item, okay? Cosmetic Armor of the Dead Sea, or Dead City. I think these are pretty cool looking, actually. But we have these already saved as the rest of the cosmetics are, so we're going to get rid of them. And there's so many cosmetics in this game. If you get into, like, you know, really trying to play around with different looks and stuff, it's got a lot of potential. Legendary item on the relics. Enhancement runes. I'm going to say legendary items, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. It's level 45. It did not move, did it? Oh, there it went. Cosmetic armor. I also think I like this set. The Great Alliance set looks good as well. Now, some of these gift boxes and stuff we're opening, not the year ones, but a lot of the other ones are really just based on what edition of DLC you purchase when you purchase DLC, if you purchase DLC. You can actually get a lot of it with the Lotro currency now, but so like Mordor edition, this is going to have Alliance of the Third Age. I think some of the Mordor cosmetics were pretty sweet. In fact, I think there was one that was kind of all black. So like on a champion, it was a pretty cool like warrior looking set. Here is Mordor Ultimate Fan Bundle. I think this is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, look at that. Just the chest. It's very cool. Not so much for a lore master necessarily, although you might be able to mix and match some of it. It's a little heavy in terms of the way the armor looks to me for a lore master, but this is a mysterious door. That's a fun surprise that we'll save for another time. Legendary enhancement runes. It refers to Rohan. Requires Seeker of Deep Places. I don't remember. I'll have to look that up sometime. Where do we want to put this? Legendary enhancement runes. I think we want to put it with this stuff. I'm just, you know, again, we're just trying to like clean out our inventory. We want to be able to... Oh, here's a new weapons aura, which is very cool. This one's just normal. Auras and random. I hate to get rid of these, like the plain weapon aura. Like if you ever didn't like the way the weapon aura was looking on a weapon, it's basically just like a slight glow or magical look to the weapon you're holding. So I don't want to get rid of them, but all right, these relics we'll put with the legendary stuff. So like right now we're capacity 24 out of 30. We're getting there, but once we start leveling, we're going to make silver so fast it won't be a problem to open up new inventory spots. So all right, let's keep going. Here's virtue boost and buffs. Again, we're not going to worry about those. Is there anything else we need to open right now? I think we've actually made it through all of the things we wanted to open. Now, without Tomes of Defense, I'll keep for now because it's a percentage boost. That's not bad. We did create a die thing, right? Cosmetic. That's a howl. Wait, no. That is something you can fast travel. We would not ever probably use that. I'm just going to trash it. These two things can go here. Oh, we're at capacity now. All right, let's see here. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, we have really cleaned up our inventory. And I like it. Let's see, what time are we at? Yeah, this is taking a long time. That's okay, though. It had to be done. And it just gives you a chance to see some of the cool stuff you can start off with. Based on kind of what DLC you've purchased. And lots of other factors. Honestly. Some people probably have way more than that when they start a new character. But that's just kind of what we're faced with. Okay, so let's at least head back. Well, there's a faster way of doing this, isn't there? We'll use our fast travel. Man, you know, at this low a level, I'm just not sure about... it's a cosmetic pit. I'm not sure about using cosmetic looks. As bad as the early leveling gear you get looks, it just feels more appropriate for where we're at, you know? Alright, we're not going to do anything with housing yet. We're certainly too low a level to worry about that. And we also need to say goodbye to that pig. Okay. So let's use our fast travel back to Combe. We need to go talk to the crafting person, because if nothing else, it gives me a chance to think about for next episode what crafting we do want to take on. Now, to move the epic storyline forward, we want to talk to Constable Underhill. Let's see what he says. If it's going to be a, you know, an instance thing, I don't think we want to do it yet. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, good. Torridon sent you, did he? It's good to have the hero of Archet on our side. The Hobbit lowers his voice. There's still a Blackwold agent in town. We think he's trying to rebuild the band from among the local ruffians and bullies. We need proof, though. A letter or parchment would do if it came from the agent himself. Many of the brigands hole up in Chetwood. Follow the road east until you come to the guardhouse where Constable Wren is stationed. From there, head north and look for the brigands' watchfires scattered through the woods. Search their packs for signs of their summons. Let me know right away if you find anything. We need to know what they're up to. Alright.
Can I speak with you a moment?
I like sort of just taking all of these quests because, again, it sort of sends you to the same location for a lot of them. So you can just get a lot accomplished.
May I speak with you?
Which this is kind of the first time of getting to that, like, which always feels so good in MMO when you get to an area where you've got lots of quests you can do in the same area. Very efficient and typically pretty fun. All right, here's the crafting hall. So we've got...
What can I do for you?
2 quests to turn in here.
What can I do for you?
And then we got to choose crafting. So crafting is handled really well in this game. If you hear people talk about Lotro often, one of the things that stands out is how intricate and fun the crafting is. But you can't do it all. You know, this is old school where you may even like need crafting materials from another vocation, so you have to either trade with people, use the auction house, or get into a guild or kin that, you know, is sharing those things. But we got to decide what makes sense for a lore master. If we do armorer, it's metalsmith, prospector, and tailor. That probably doesn't make sense. The only thing that would really benefit us wearing light armor would be the tailor portion of that. So that seems like a waste. Explorer gives you tailor, which is good. Forester and prospector. Forester gives you whether you can gather wood out in the world, and of course Prospector allows you to gather ore or metals. So if you're trying to make money and just get lots of crafting resources, like if this is your first character, that's an option, because then you're sort of setting yourself up for future characters that does some of the crafting that needs those ingredients to have lots of ingredients. Armsman is weaponsmith, prospector, woodworker. Woodworker helps us with the staff, so our main weapon slot. But besides that, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, I don't think. Tinkerer can work on any character. Jewelry, everyone wears jewelry. Prospector gives you ore for the tinkering. And then cook, which cooking is super fun in this game. Makes most sense on a hobbit, of course, but any character can do a cook. Yeoman is cooking, farming, and tailor. This is the one that might make the most sense to me for a lore master. It's either between that and historian. But again, I think cooking is really nice, the buffs you get, and it's just sort of fun. Farming is also really nice. If you're going to do cooking, you kind of want to have farming, because that supplies so many of the ingredients. And then tailor, with the cloth and such, we can make clothes for wearing light clothes as a lore master. So I really think that one is tempting for our lore master. Woodsman would be woodworker, forester, farmer. Not bad, but probably not as good as yeoman, unless we wanted to make the staffs as a woodworker. And then historian, which again, lore-wise and lore master kind of makes sense, right? Scholar is a very interesting profession. Weaponsmith is kind of throwaway here, but then farmer is included in that one as well. Scholar is the one that you end up being able to make dyes. Not that you make lots of stuff, but I think Scholar is also one of the ones that's it's added a little later maybe. I'm not sure if that was in the base game. I can't remember, but I'm feeling like this might be what we want to do on this character. I always feel like Yeoman makes the most sense for either Lore Master or for Hobbit. One of the two.
Greetings.
So we're going to go ahead and train it. We're not going to do anything with it right now. We'll take those quests.
Would you do something for me?
But then we will
Could I speak with you?
we'll
a
not
moment?
track the quests for now. All right, crafting quests. Let's don't track those. You can track up to 4 quests, or 5 quests, sorry. And there we go. So, again, I don't want to start progressing in crafting until I sort of think about it some more, make sure that's what we want to do. I guess one nice thing about this is if we do go with these crafting, there really isn't, other than picking up like... sometimes you can gather plants and stuff that contribute towards farming or cooking. I guess more cooking. Other than that, if we do these, we won't be like cutting down wood and gathering ore, which for this series in particular is just like one less thing to have to slow us down. So, I don't know. Another consideration for that. Just looking at the time, I'm just not sure how much farther we want to go. I think next time when we start, that'll be the start of questing. I mean, you can kind of see, like, we're right here coming out of Combe, and even the quest we're tracking, we've got more than what we're tracking. The quest we're tracking, they're all sending us out here towards Chetwood. And so we'll have 2 or 3 rounds of getting quests out in this area. Again, it'll just be lots of good XP. Here's 2 more.
How can I be of service? What do you need?
And I think... So one of them has us go over here. So like, for instance, if we had woodworking, forester, we would be able to equip a tool and collect that. But we don't, so we can't. What is it that's down here? Why is the battle pig still? That's funny. Okay, so this is where we're looking for the... What are we trying to find here? I can't remember. Beneath the hanging tree. Oh, we found a pickaxe. I gotcha. Alright, so all I was going to do is, I think there's one more person up here that we were kind of supposed to talk to. There might be a couple more. There might be somebody that has a house right off the path up here. So we'll talk to them, and then we'll head back to Combe, and then that'll be our stopping point for this episode. But listen, even if the episode was just cleaning up our inventory, that's worth it moving forward to have that done and to sort of have our bank storage and everything started. Alright, so there's that person. Yeah, I thought there was one other. Oh, wait. This is Taylor Green, so we're supposed to talk to him.
What do you need?
And then he wants us to go defeat wolves at the Wolf Den. Wolf Pelt Trousers are going to be a decent upgrade on armor, so that's worth doing.
I don't know if you can help me.
Collect Sally's chain. So normally what I do is, and they're probably all about the same level. They're close, but so normally I will like start with the lowest level 5 quests in an area. And actually, these are getting to be level 8 is still in the epic. So something like this. And then while we're out there, once we've finished some of these quests, we'll then highlight these. So try to get everything done that we can while we're out there. Be as efficient as possible. So we'll work on doing that next time. But now we can go back, and we actually can go ahead and turn in that quest that was called Beneath the Hanging Tree. And then he probably will give us a follow-up quest, but we'll see. So I think at level 9 we'll get another point available for building our character out a little more. I just all of a sudden had this fear that when I got back I didn't unmute myself, but we're good.
I'm sorry. Did you need something?
Alright, talk to Mason Thorne at the Combe Lumber Camp.
May I speak with you?
Oh, okay, and he's back. As we head out of town, we'll run into him. We will have to find a kin at some point. Alright, why don't we go,
What can I do for you?
why don't we go log out inside the Coleman Waddle Inn? You know, if you would have asked me what this was called based on my memory, I think I would have remembered that it was waffle. But clearly it's not. All right, we don't need that. I think there's one more thing we can.
Hello, friend. Can I help you with something?
Oh yeah, we were gonna sell the sleigh bell. So we're gonna lock these because we don't want to accidentally sell these maps. Is this a housing item? It is. So once we have more inventory space, actually once we have more silver, we'll want to go put this in the bank as well. Fried mushrooms. Do we have this on our action bar anywhere? Oh yeah, we do. We just need to remember to be eating these. We don't want to keep food. If it gives us a buff, we just want to go through it as we're playing. Get that benefit. Alright, bear friend. Let's don't scare the people here. Okay, hey, as always, thanks for watching. I will hopefully get another one made in the next couple days. But glad we got this second episode in, and it feels like we're now, you know, kind of ready to start being a little more aggressive in terms of getting out there, doing some quests, and progressing our character, and more importantly, progressing the story. But as always, thanks for the support. I'll see you next time.